What's going on, everybody? This is Deshaun Johnson for DeshaunJohnson.com, and in today's video, jumping right into it, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna do this since I'm holding the camera with my other hand, but I'm gonna give you 7 things that you need in order to not only just get hired with VIPKID, but to also be a success. Okay, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Number 1 is be yourself. Okay, in the process that you're going through in order to get hired with VIPKID, there's a ton of YouTube videos now, including this one, honestly, that will actually teach you, give you hints, tips, ideas on what you need in order to get with VIPKID. The only difference between this video that I'm doing right now and the ones that you may actually see online is that I'm not going to really dictate to you or even demonstrate how you actually need to be on VIPKID, because you'll see those videos and maybe more than likely, if you was like me, you'll start actually adopting the way that some of these people, you know, teach their teaching styles, and you may start thinking to yourself, well, oh my gosh, do I have to like be like that? Like, do I have to do what they're doing? And I'm just here to actually just advise to you, just be yourself, because even when I watched a lot of those videos, I actually started adopting a lot of those characteristics of some of the other teachers, those personalities, and thinking that's what I had to also do otherwise in order to be successful. I'm telling you, you do not have to do that. You want to be able to find your own style. You want to be yourself. Okay, whoever that may be, wherever you are, you want to let that protrude. You want to let that come through when you're actually going through the interview process, and you're having your mock class interview sessions. So make that your number 1 priority, is to be yourself. Number 2, you want to have formal education, which means they require that you have a bachelor's degree. This probably should be number 1, but really to be yourself is just the utmost importance. But the second thing that you want to make sure is that you have a bachelor's degree. Now, they require this. I guess I should just go ahead and tell you, if you don't have formal education, if you don't have a bachelor's degree, then don't bother applying for VIPKID unless there are some special exceptions. But I'm not the boss of VIPKID, but this is a requirement, so you must make sure you have it. Now, the bachelor's degree doesn't necessarily have to be in a specific subject. It doesn't have to be in English. You know, I actually majored in English and graduated with the English degree. That may have gave me an advantage. I have no idea, but that's one of the things they require. So they want you to have a bachelor's degree. Also, having some formal teaching experience will also be a plus. It's not really required, but they do require that you have some teaching experience, whether it be in a daycare, at your church youth group, if you're, I guess, a youth minister, or you volunteer, you did some service at a campsite or something like that. Whatever the case may be, you want to have some teaching experience, informal and formal alike. These are the 2 key components that experience and education wise will ensure that you will get hired with VIPKID. All right, number 3, you want to wear orange in the interview. Now, this shirt in particular is actually, it's turned inside out because it has a logo, but a pure orange shirt. Hopefully soon I'll be able to actually get a VIPKID based logo orange t-shirt. But wearing orange through the interview actually just shows that you're highly interested, at least I believe it does. You're highly interested in getting with the company. You're interested in the company's culture, and you've done your research. So that's one of the specific reasons I would actually say wear orange, because it just shows that you have some investment already before you even got started, and before they even told you anything. It just shows that you took initiative to learn that this is the culture of VIPKID. So wear orange during the interview. It'll be a great plus for you to be able to get and increase your chances of getting hired as you're going through this interview process. Number 4, have energy. Lots of it. But I'm telling you, you don't have to be goofy unless that's your personality. Okay, so I say this because like I said, you'll see a lot of videos online where you have people that just show this crackish, like cocaine like energy. Okay, that's no disrespect to them or anything like that. A lot of people will see it and they will actually figure like, do I have to be like that? Do I have to do exactly what they're doing? That goes back to the be yourself example. But you want to have energy, you want to have enthusiasm to where the kids are going to, they're not going to get bored during the teaching process. while you're teaching them. It's the same thing if you're a school teacher. You know that you have to show that you're more interested in the lesson than the students are, which is going to draw them in even better. So when you're watching these tutorials, if you're watching the tutorials online, don't get it confused, because right now I got hired on with VIPKids, and they've actually matched me up to teach more of the older children. It's just my personality. I can still be energetic, but I'm very serious about teaching, learning. It's really hard for me to kind of baby down, but I'll do it if necessary. So you want to show that you have energy, okay? You want to be able to let your enthusiasm show through it, that you're excited about teaching no matter the age group that you are teaching. But you do not have to be goofy. You do not have to be super silly. Number 5, show improvement. As you're going through this interview process, you're going to have mentors. They'll actually, the people that's actually involved in the hiring process, whether it be teachers that's already with VIPKids is mentoring other teachers, or just some employees. When you go through the interview process, you'll go through what's called mock classes, and those people will take on the form of a child. Briefly, in order to simulate what an actual online classroom is like, and after you teach whatever lesson they give you, you want to be able to take the feedback that they give you and implement it immediately. That you're able to adapt, show that you're able to adapt, adjust on the fly, and make the necessary changes as required. It's not about having an ego. It's not about any of us. It's making sure that the child is learning English as best and as easy as possible, and as enjoyable and as engaging as possible. So you want to make sure that you're taking any feedback that you're given and that you're implementing it. Have your mind focused on getting better for the sake of the student, and so you can actually make it also an enjoyable teaching experience. Don't get so caught up in, that's just not me, and you want to make some adjustments. It's about having energy, be yourself, but you need to be adaptable, you need to be flexible, and you need to find the way, that middle ground, to be able to fit your personality into the demon changes that it takes in order to make sure that the student is understanding exactly what they need. Which another thing too, this wasn't even part of the list, but also make sure that when you get the lessons, okay, that you're looking over them and you understand what the lesson is, how the lesson actually should be taught. All right, I'm not going to go too much detail about that, but you also want to make sure that you're studying lessons. But speaking of the student, that leads me into the 6th step. Number 6, okay? You want to teach to the student. Now, what do I mean by teach to the student? Well, every child is different, okay? Don't get so focused on, in time, you'll learn how to pace yourself in teaching the lessons. You'll learn how to actually be able to teach within the 25-minute blocks that VIPKid is set. But you want to learn how to teach to the student and make sure that they're learning. Don't make it a priority to finish the lesson or get through all the slides in the lesson as fast as you can, because the kid's going to end up missing something. You want to make sure that the student is getting the full required learning as possible. If a student is still a struggling English speaker, you want to make sure that they're pronouncing words, vocabulary, they're understanding the vocabulary, they're able to use it in sentences. Then you want to be able to explain these things as simple as possible. So get to know your student as very fast as possible, as briefly as possible. Ask them questions, tie in their life with the lesson, and really read and match where they're at with the lesson. That's what I mean by teaching to the student. Don't make this a one-size-fits-all sort of thing to each and every student. You want to be able to see where that student is based on how they're giving responses, some of the other things that they're doing on the activities, and all those other measures. So you want to be able to judge accurately where the student is at based on how they're doing, and just teaching the lesson based on their present level of learning. And number 7, be passionate. Be passionate. Okay, if you're not even passionate about teaching, you probably shouldn't even be doing this. If you're wanting your students to have understanding and you're passionate and you get a joy out of when that light bulb moment goes off and they get it and they're actually learning and being able to apply, teaching them something they're able to apply it immediately, that just, for me, that brings a lot of joy and fulfillment to my life. And to be able to be used through a higher vessel in order to make that happen. So I'm very passionate about teaching and making sure that kids are learning and kids understand. Not just kids, but just people in general, which I guess is just why I'm making this video, because I want to be able to share my experience going through this process, so you don't have to sit up here and make some of the same mistakes that I did. And if you take these 7 steps that is in this video, then I guarantee you that you'll have a very enjoyable time and have a higher success rate, maybe even a guaranteed success rate at getting hired with VIP Kids. If you learned a lot in this video and you want to move forward and you want to actually get in through the interview process, get an interview with them, then click on the referral link in the description below. I'm gonna point below or maybe up depending on where you're watching this video. And yeah, when you click on that referral link, you decide to join the company, I do get a commission. So I just want to go ahead and put that out there, so that there's no hidden things with that or anything like that. So but yeah, I'm passionate about teaching online, and the extra income has been wonderful for myself and my family. So thanks again for watching. Check out my YouTube channel, subscribe, check out my other videos on other social media platforms, and yeah, holla at me on Twitter at Deshaun L. Johnson. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. God bless you.
If you're a middle school or high school English teacher in need of a high-quality reading lesson at the last minute, go to teacherspayteachers.com and search for Last Minute Lessons for ELAR by Deshaun Johnson, and search and shop the ever-growing list of products, last minute lessons that highlight reading and audio lessons from some of your favorite stories. As a matter of fact, you can try one out for free by going here and downloading the sample file on teacherspayteachers.com. Last Minute Lessons Reading Audio Series by Deshaun Johnson. High quality products, reading products at and for your convenience.